One of the great features of working with MIDI data is just the huge number of editing capabilities we have. Consider audio. If I recorded a piano performance and the player played an entire chord, there'd be no way that I could adjust the timing of the individual notes. I could grab the entire chord and I could shift it back in time, as we saw earlier, but there's no way I could take just the note he played with his pinky and move that one later in time, because the entire audio performance from that piano is really a single region. In MIDI data, every single note is a separate event that can be edited individually. So we'll find that most of the tools will be very much the same as working with audio. You can trim the edge, kind of like edge editing the region. You can cut the notes in half. You can move them around. Your grid can turn on and off. You should be pretty comfortable dealing with that. The view is a little different though, in that you see an entire piano roll, and each note will function as kind of a horizontal bar in that piano roll. The two ways that I find are really different and really important when editing MIDI though are going to be editing velocities and quantization. I'd like to talk about both of those now. So first, editing velocity is hugely important for adjusting the performance of a piece of MIDI. We can adjust the relative volume of each of the notes. Well, can we really know we're adjusting volume? Remember, it's the receiving synth that it says what we're going to do with that velocity data. But most synths and samplers will change volume with velocity. So by adjusting the velocities, you control the volume of the individual notes, even on a piano part when you have a big chord playing at once. I'd like you to take a moment to go to your DAW and just see how you can adjust the velocities of a performance in the piano roll. Usually, you'll find the piano roll above, and below that will be another lane where you can adjust kind of vertical lines that represent the velocities of each of the notes above. And you just want to get familiar with how to deal with that and how to handle those dots. Very often you can draw a line and adjust them in a linear fashion, or you can grab individual velocities and change them individually. Just get familiar with it, and then we'll move on to quantization.